What is up, everybody? It's day 2, part 2 of this install. Today we're going to be hopefully installing the Victory Function fenders on. Last time we took everything off the car. We took the fenders off the car, the fender liners off the car. We went into a little bit of trouble. I have Callum over here wiring up the horns, the hella horns, and he's going to be wearing a GoPro today. I'm going to continue the disassemble of this fender, and but first I'll show you what the VF fenders look like on the other side first. So we ran into some complications with the fiberglass fenders. They're fiberglass, so they're not gonna fit perfectly. Are you doing it right away? We basically have to drill the inside of it. So our problem was the fenders came too close to the door, and the door couldn't open on its own. But now that we've moved the fender forward, just barely able to reach. Just barely. But in moving it forward, that screw didn't fit, so we had to make the hole bigger. Okay guys, we just installed the right side of the VF fenders, and they are looking really good. Callum also started the horns. Okay, this is what hella horns sound like. Oh my god, you stop. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you guys through how to do, how to take off these fenders and how to install Victory Function fenders on the right side of the car. So let's go through that really quickly. First thing we have to do is take off screws that are on here. I already went ahead and took those off. Then you want to pop off.
Also, shout out to the Jeep gang out there.
Hey.
Yeah. It's my pride and joy.
I got it off.
All of this.
Okay, so we need to take off this screw right here. We also need to take off screws. 2 screws. 1 here and 1 here. And then there's also 1 right here that we have to take off.
And that bracket.
This one bracket and these 2.
And then your fender liner.
Fender liner off. Those clips, and you get a no fender action. A good tip, if you guys are ever working on big projects, use baggies and Sharpie them, label them for where each bolt goes. Don't forget, there's also a screw inside the door.
This is just so like...
2 bolts. 1 here, 1 down there. Then in the bag. Alright, so after we've taken off the old fenders, our next job is to take off the fender liner, because that will actually get in the way of our Victory Function fenders. So there are clips inside that we have to get to, and we're just going to take each one off and simply pull the fender liner off. Simple as that. You put the 2 flatheads under it. You just want to pry it up. just like that to get sort of an opening. Then you use this tool right here, get under it, just like that, and then you just pull it out. Simple as that. Then there's actually a nub here which twists. It twists like that, and then it's off. Okay, fender liner is now off. Okay, so now that we have taken off the old fenders and taken off the fender liner, now it's time to test fit the Victory Function fenders onto the car. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. So you wanna make sure the front headlight bracket gets underneath your fenders. All right, so now that we have the Victory Function fenders placed on, we want to loose fit all the bolts. And one good way to do it is because with these fenders, they don't necessarily have the best fitment. What you want to do is you want to place this bolt in first, because oftentimes this gap is too small for the door to clear. Just like that, it like barely clears. So we want to loose fit this bolt first, tighten down the top bolts, and make sure your bottom bolts are tight. There should be 2 down. So we're going to go ahead and loose fit them. There's 1 bolt here, 1, 2, 3 bolts. There's also 1 bolt here, and this one we're going to use your existing one. There is 1 inside here, but mine is broken off, so yours should have 1 in there. And there's 2 down here. What is up, everybody? This is part 3, day 3 of these Victory Function installs. Last time we got done removing the old fender from the left side and the old fender liner. So now today we're gonna have to cut the fender liner as well as fix some fitment issues on the Victory Function fenders. Then afterwards we are going to bolt on the front bumper and it should be good to go. Alright, so here's what has to happen. The fender liner goes too far back for the Victory Function fenders and they end up showing, so what we're going to have to do is we're actually going to have to trim the fender liner a little bit. So, because I still want the fender liner to cover up some of the holes in the engine bay. So we're going to keep the fender liner, but we're just going to trim it right here. So now we're going to install our freshly cut fender back into the car. Oh, I said slow. Alright, so as you can see, the Victory Function fenders are on the car and they look really mean. There is 1.5 finger gap in between. So it's still on blocks right now. I'm going to drive it off blocks, behind the wheels, put the wheels on and everything. Okay, so our next step for this build is installing the front bumpers. So we put on the fender liner, the fenders, the wheels back on, and now it's time to install the front bumpers back. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. Alright guys, just like that. Screws on the top, add little fender clips on the bottom, and then bumpers just bolted back on. Obviously fitment isn't the best because they're fiberglass, but I think it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna end the series here. Car looks really good. Overall, pretty happy how it turns out. If you guys have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.
I might sip out this bottle until it get hollow. Shit, I might sip out this bottle, just drowning my sorrows. Drowning my sorrows, be better tomorrow. Cause these broken dreams is as hard as it gets. My nigga died at only 25, I'm thanking God for letting me see.